So a few years ago, I had the opportunity to go to Cabo, where I went fishing for my first time. And this fish is called a wahoo, and I caught this fish. It took a lot of work. So I'm going to use this fish to talk about, or to do an algebra about me problem. I'm going to start with the weight of my fish, and I'm going to let that be W. So the weight of my fish was 92 pounds. Actually, it was 92.5 pounds, but to keep decimals out of this, I'll just use 92 pounds. And our goal here is to work backwards. So we're going to start with our variable isolated, and our goal will be to not have our variable isolated. That way we can give this problem to somebody else and let them solve for the variable. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make this as complicated as possible, throw in as many different operations that I possibly can. Okay? So one thing I can do is maybe I'm going to begin by adding an exponent to both sides. Whatever you do to one side, you got to do to both. Okay? So I think on this side I'll leave it with the variable and the exponent. But on this side, I will simplify. So this is really 92 plus 9, so that gives me a total of 101. All right. From there, I think I will maybe add something with another W to it. So maybe I'll add 2W to both sides. Okay. And again, my goal is to make this as complicated as possible, so that somebody else can have to solve it. Alright, so and this looks pretty bad. I'm going to put a plus sign right here. So I think I'll go ahead and combine like terms on this side. So now I have 3w plus 3 squared equals 101 plus 2w. Alright. At this point, I'll throw in a distributive property. So I'll multiply both sides by -3. Okay. On this side, I think I'll leave it, and on this side, I'll actually distribute. We want somebody else to do some of the distributing for us. Alright, and then I think lastly I will subtract a 5w from both sides. So again, on the left hand side I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. But on the right hand side, I'll go ahead and combine those like terms. So when I do my algebra about me, I would say the weight of the wahoo I caught in Cabo, and I would start out with this problem. So -5 minus 3 times 3w plus 3 squared equals -303 minus 11w. And then I could go back through and I could actually solve this to make sure that I do get the amount that I started with. So, oops, I missed a w here. 5w. So let's see, -5w. So I'll go ahead and use my order of operations to solve this. So starting in my parentheses, I do see that there are some exponents in those parentheses. So I will simplify that first. Alright, next I still need to get rid of these parentheses, so I'm going to go ahead and distribute. I see some like terms here, so I'm going to combine those. I'm going to work on getting all my variables on one side, all my w's on one side, and everything else on the other side. So let's see here, I'll end up with a negative 3w. Negative, I think it's 276. Divide both sides by negative 3. And let's see, 3 goes into 27 9 times, and it goes into 6 2 times. And it went off the screen.